Welcome to Penny for Your Shots, conversations and cocktails with brilliant women, the podcast where we uncork the stories and insights of exceptional female leaders from all walks of life. Our goal is to serve up wisdom, tips, and inspiration, and to support each other in rediscovering ourselves and what sets our souls on fire. We'll also share personal memories, paired with friends and a favorite beverage. I'm your host, Penny Fitzgerald, and I believe that the best stories are served up over a glass of wine or a cocktail. So grab a glass, get comfy, and let's pour ourselves into Penny for Your Shots. Ashley Meyer served in the Air Force and traveled the world. She's been an aircraft mechanic and is now a confidence and business coach and podcaster with more than 77 episodes. Like me, she's a one-woman show. We went through Cathy Heller's Your Turn to Podcast course together last fall. I was in a breakout group with Ashley during one of our sessions and just felt that her energy was so positive and supportive. I'm grateful we connected. We had an amazing conversation and had intended to chat for only an hour, but ended up getting into some pretty deep topics, including leading with fun versus only considering productivity at work, how fear is the only thing holding us back, how we both grew up in Iowa and talked about our shared experience with pretty religious families, and Ashley shared what it was like to grow up gay in Iowa. Through our conversation, we learned that her brother lives not far from where my hubby and I do in Iowa. I'm looking forward to meeting up for a glass of something this summer. We have a lot to talk about. If Ashley is your vibe, please check her out. She's taking on new coaching clients, and you can contact her through her website, herointhemirror.com. Here is Ashley Meyer.
Penny, how are you?
I missed what you said, Ashley.
I was just asking how you are.
Oh, I'm good. It's good to see you.
Yes, good to see you. Also, by the way, I love your show name, Penny for Your Shots. And so I actually have one of my favorite drinks right now. No idea what it's called, but it has like some Baileys, chocolate milk, some goods. So
nice.
I'm over here. Whether we're on Hero in the Mirror podcast, listen, or the Penny for Your Shots show, it's all good. I'm here for
it. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, I have not yet poured my own libation for the evening, but I will be getting on that soon.
Good. That's good. Where's the inspiration for your show from? Tell me about Penny for Your Shots.
I just wanted to tell women's stories. And I feel like a lot of us have, we've been there, done that. We've gone through the motions of our careers. We've put one foot in front of the other. We've raised families. And somewhere along the way, with all the responsibilities that we've had, with all of the running that we've done, we've maybe lost a little bit of our creativity or the things that we love to do, the fun things that light us up, or maybe we've even forgotten what is fun, what really makes us happy.
Preach.
Yeah. So that was the premise for my show, is to share women's stories of how, what's next for you. What lights you up? What do you want to do? How did you come to your career? What would you do differently if anything? Are there hiccups that you hit along the way that in hindsight you would have maybe done things differently? That kind of thing too. And then wrapping it all up, because I do like a good libation, and especially a nice glass of wine. And wine brings people together. So bringing it all back together with, what's your favorite cocktail, or what favorite story or memory do you have shared with friends, and stories that we can all share together.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's truly brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
And the energy of friends together, first of all, it's just so freeing in that you can not only be yourself, but you're escaping from like these different responsibilities, like you called them, that we take on. When somebody hands you a responsibility and you're a woman, you say, thank you. Sure. And how high, and like we just freaking contort ourselves. So I'm hearing like all of this, and there's such a need for that message and for women's stories in the world. So first and foremost, Thank you, thank you, thank you for what you have done for your show, what you will do for the show. It's just like I can already tell the energy of it. It's spot on, Penny. It's so needed. And
Well,
then
thank you.
you're so welcome. And the freedom of a drink, like, you know, that moment when let's say you meet someone at the bar, which by the way, I met my ex-wife at a bar. That's a whole story. But let's set that aside for the moment. You know that feeling when you just meet someone, whether it's a love interest or not, and there's sort of like a I'm interested in this person, they seem cool, but there's
Uh-huh.
also that reservation and we wonder, or maybe it's just me.
Hmm.
We wonder like how much of me is allowed at this particular table? Like what do I
Oh.
share? Should I, say this or say that? And all just in the spirit of like, kind of who do I want to be in this moment? How do I want to show up? Um, and that's just a choice that we are making. But then something about the drink swings the whole damn door. And I mean,
Yeah.
you'll just like chit chat and chit 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 chit, chit, and it's just like almost like anything and everything is fair game. And so when you're describing your show, I'm like, yes, the freedom to just let go and let your
Uh-huh.
story out, I think is so beautiful too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah, it kind of loosens our inhibitions a little bit and we're free to be ourselves. I feel
Yeah.
like, and the older I get, the more free I am all the time, which is the beautiful thing about getting older. It's just feeling like, I'm me. And if you love me for me or want to connect with me, and that is the
Yeah.
thing too, when you're
Right.
meeting somebody for the first time, you can kind of feel that, right? If you have a connection with them or if you want to keep the conversation going and
Hmm.
it's not just, it's not enough anymore to just be, oh, the weather is really, yeah, that's part, you start a conversation usually with something pretty light and airy, but yeah, to really get to know somebody on a deeper level, you want to feel some kind of connection.
Right. Yeah. And then once you do, it's like that permission to share
Yeah.
openly. For me, I think I just want to, regardless of who I'm meeting with,
Uh-huh.
there's the me, there's the Ashley who I want her to lead me. Do you know what I mean? There's like the me that I'm proud of. And I
Uh-huh.
think to me, that's what Hero in the Mirror is that she's my hero. Like
Oh, cool.
I know a lot of people look externally and
Mm-hmm.
we have like rock stars or actors and just these people, maybe it's like a
Mm-hmm.
philanthropic someone who fills a role and you're like, man, you did this incredible thing and we almost pedestal them
Yeah.
and then we're like, well, I could never attain that level. And
Oh,
for some reason, we're taught that in society. And I have always rejected that notion, Penny,
uh-huh.
because I just see the spark. I see the life force in each and every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to let that go. I don't think any of us is here by accident. And so we each sort of have our own story to tell to
Mm-hmm.
your show's
Yeah.
point. But the ways that we sort of fall down and find ourselves in broken marriages, like I did, or traveling the world and avoiding Iowa for 10 years, which is what I did overseas. Like some of those things, we only learn later that it was a beautiful story. And while I might have not been proud of that particular version of me, she wasn't heroic, right?
Uh-huh.
Because maybe I felt shame about that at that time.
Mm.
But now looking back, I'm like, no, she was the hero.
Mm.
The part of me that was struggling, that couldn't speak for decades, the first bits of my life, I
Mm.
just didn't know how to express. She was the hero because she showed up every day and she
Yes.
navigated each of those moments. And oh my God, like we could just take this part of the conversation anywhere. I've done a lot of things in my 35 years. And the most important thing I've learned is that grace in what I would have labeled most vulnerable part of me.
Uh-huh.
was the shining one, the one that I can now stand on her shoulders and be proud of
Wow.
her.
Wow.
Yeah. And, you know, it took that journey to be able to say this.
Uh-huh.
So I hope it's coming across that I'm not just saying it lightly, because I certainly
No,
didn't want to, you know, be like, look at me, I'm a hero. I'm in the trenches of my life. Like, I just, we don't feel heroic until you get through and you're like, damn.
Oh, yeah, and you look back and see what all you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you've come through.
Mm,
Wow. But we're an integrated self. So, yeah,
yeah.
I mean, you can look, well, and I can look back and see the things in my life that, yeah, I'm proud of that. But the things that I did that I'm not as proud of, it still is part of me and it helped me grow, I feel like. Do you feel that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Tell me something that you're proud of that you would attribute growth to.
Oh gosh. Well, learning to podcast is one
Yeah,
thing, learning all the things.
true.
Cause yeah, like you, I'm a one woman show as well. And yeah, it's a lot. I had no idea it was so much. Hello, friend. Let's be real. When's the last time you did something just for you? Enter Wine Camp 2026. We're talking wine tastings, fire pit chats, sunset dinner cruises, and zero cooking required. Just show up, sip something fabulous, and reconnect with the version of you who loves adventure, sisterhood, and a glass of local Riesling in hand. Sweet, dry, or both. No judgment here. We're heading to New York's gorgeous Finger Lakes, July 31st through August 2nd. And yes, it's as dreamy as it sounds. Secure your spot at pennyforyourshots.com/winecamp. Don't wait, room options are limited, and my crystal ball says we're going to sell out. Bring your besties or fly solo like the fabulous free spirit you are. You'll leave with new favorites either way. Wine Camp 2026 is calling. The only question is, are you in? Find out more at pennyforyourshots.com/winecamp.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. And not to scare anyone who's thinking of starting a show away,
Yeah, because if I
but
can
the
do it, you can
reality
do it.
is 100,000%.
Mm-hmm.
But there is that learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what's the thing that, like, if the you of now could go
Mm-hmm.
back to before you had started your show,
Mm-hmm.
what would you tell yourself, if anything, advice or, you know, just encouragement?
Yeah. I would have told myself start earlier. Because I thought of the
Ah,
concept started thinking about it probably around when COVID hit, like, wow,
okay.
this would be a perfect time to do that. And then you get so wrapped up in oh my gosh, I'm scared. I can't do my job in the regular way. I can't talk to people face to face. Well, what perfect time to start talking to them via Zoom? And, and I was talking with people via Zoom and doing my business differently. But yeah, I think I would have encouraged myself, my younger self, to just put those fears aside and think about what would happen if I did it instead of trying to make excuses for why I couldn't in the moment. I think I overthink things a lot and make things harder than they have to be. Preach. Yeah.
It's
Always.
like, can we turn down the volume
Oh,
in
please.
my head?
Yes.
Or actually, just where's the mute? Where is it? Anyone?
Right. Yes. Oh gosh, girl. Yeah, if I could, well, and again, the older I get, it's not easier. It still takes effort, but I realize now when I'm doing it, which
Mm,
helps. So I can kind of see that, oh, I'm
mhm,
procrastinating, or I'm not really procrastinating. I'm just making it bigger than it is. And
right,
just do one action towards what I want or what I
right.
feel is important, and then it kind of comes clear. It comes into focus.
Yeah. What you want and what is important.
Yeah, it's all based on what's important to you, what's your values
Yeah.
and how it aligns.
Right. So you knew that a show was important and it was going to align for you. And I mean, I suppose, is that what got you through all of that, you know,
Mm.
taking too long to start?
Um, I put it on the back burner because, well, I had a pretty big team. Backing up just a second, I did in-home wine tastings, in-home wine tastings.
So fun though.
Yeah, it's very fun. It was a very fun job. And so COVID hit, and with my team, we pivoted, and I led them through that, and we together
Oh my
worked out
gosh.
how are we going to make this happen, and how can we support each other? What can we do together to make it, easier,
Wow.
less stressful, more fun? How can we support each other? How can we connect, even though we're not together physically? So we came up with ways to work our business. So that was really consuming. So I just put the podcast idea on the back burner, and that was really, it became a vehicle that someday I'll get back to it, hopefully. And, it wasn't like the podcast wasn't the end all be all what I valued or what I felt was needed or necessary, but telling women's stories I had to do in
Yeah.
some way, shape or form. And so last year when, when the opportunity came about to take the class on, podcasting, that's when I really thought, okay, now's time. Now's the
Uh,
time.
Something in the world, in the universe was whispering to you,
Yes. And then I got a
there's this
clunk over the
opportunity.
head. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. I got a clunk over the head. So, we took the course.
no.
We were in the same course, right? At the same time
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
fall. So
Mhm.
my podcast launched on November 1st. Thank
Wow.
God, because December 18th, just to, a month, little less than a month ago, my company, the founder of the company, changed the format of our business so I can no longer do in-home wine tastings. My team was taken away and he restructured the company basically. So it's now an affiliate
Yeah.
program instead of an opportunity to grow a team, and it's totally different format. So yeah, that clunk on the head has made me focus more on, okay, time to
Yeah.
step it up a little bit. So now I have time to focus on,
Yeah.
how can I serve more people, and how can we come together and support each other more in a different way? And how can we still have fun with wine and cocktails? And so now I'm incorporating experiences and memberships and pulling
Mm,
that all together too. So very, very
I love
fun,
that.
but very unexpectedly quick.
Yeah. You're quick on your feet, Penny. I like that.
You have to be. You have to
Oh,
be, right?
yeah. But I heard you saying things like keep it fun, and it was
Mm-hmm.
fun. You said fun a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I think that at least what I've seen in society and having, worked like a groundskeeping job and at a gas station and like a print shop and, aviation mechanic and all this, like
Wow.
all these different titles, all these things, like since I'm 15,
Uh-huh.
just thinking and having it reinforced that my role was production. My role was, to check these boxes, sometimes literally for like an aircraft checklist so it can
Wow.
fly. But like we put fun almost on that back burner, or like
Mm.
the last thing to do. And oh my God, through every single role, I
Uh-huh.
have tried to instill fun.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, it's not been met well. Like,
Really?
I found a lot of naysayers, a lot of people who believe that fun is anti-productivity,
Oh
which
no.
just could not be further from the truth. And so
Exactly.
I find it just utterly fascinating the way that humans like we so clearly thrive when we're having fun, and
Mm-hmm.
when, just like with libations, we can like let go. and and just, it's so crazy to say it, but solutions present themselves. So I've learned
Yes.
that if I'm in a frustrated, productive, kind of moment
Yes.
where I could just white knuckle this thing,
Uh-huh.
I have learned to let go, to walk away, and to just do something silly, do something fun. And
Mhm.
that moment where I let go is the moment I solve the problem.
Yes.
And I don't mean like conceptually, I mean literally. Every
Uh-huh.
time I let go, my brain goes, hey, Ash, by the way, here's the answer you were looking for. Here's the answer that you were struggling and striving for. But because you were willing to let go, I'm just going to
Mm-hmm.
hand it to you. Here you go, a gift.
Nice.
I found that every time. And so
Yeah.
I want to encourage people to lead with fun. And I think that that's something I'm getting to in my business coaching a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more. But I'm having to remember patience for people who are still very much in the productivity struggle,
Uh-huh.
because, they believe, and they've proven themselves right a couple of times, that if you just bear down and, produce the white
Mm-hmm. Just
knuckles,
buckle down.
then I can force a result.
Mm.
I could guarantee a result. What people like to say is guarantee, which
Mm.
nothing in life is guaranteed, not even
No.
your next breath. So I love that reminder. Thank you, for leading with fun. It's a rare posture. And so I
Oh,
want to like call
wow.
it when I see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thanks for that encouragement, because it's not something that I think of that
Mm,
often, other than I can't do it if it doesn't bring joy to someone. It just has to bring joy, because life is, you can look at it two ways. Life is too short to live miserably, or to live like buckled, not white knuckled through everything, or life is too long to live like
yeah.
that too. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah.
just, you've got to enjoy your people and what you do
That's
most of the
so
day.
brilliant. That's so brilliant, because you're like, either way you look at it,
Yeah.
it's still true that
Yeah.
that fun is the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
that's my motto.
God. Yes.
Wow.
Well, it's not something, I think I'm a silly person by nature, thank God. Um,
Yeah.
but like I was alluding to before with all the different
Hmm.
roles, I think I succumbed to that societal pressure for too long. And then somehow had to also relearn that I could
Hmm.
trust the voice inside.
Yes.
And in fact, that voice would never lie to me, would never
Mm.
lead me astray. And, when you experience heartache or whatever, being
Yeah. Loss.
literally thousands of miles away from your family, or loss, yeah,
Hmm.
um, you're sort of like reckoning with the universe. And there's this moment where you're just, you're like, why me? Or how can I get out of this test, if that makes
Oh.
sense? Like,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to
Yeah.
go through this? There's almost the resistance to just what is
Yeah.
in your life, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I remember times in my life where I've felt that way, where,
Mm,
oh my gosh, why do I have to go through this lesson again? Oh, probably because I
yeah.
didn't learn it the first time.
Uh-oh.
No, well, no, not to say that we're not learning things along the way, any of us, but
Yeah.
there are certainly stress tests along the way. I feel that, yeah. Do you think that that still small voice is kind of like your gut instinct telling you a certain direction to go, or
Yeah.
what do you think is attributing to
Um,
that?
oh man, I love that question. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is it your gut, I think it's the divine.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think it's beyond that. I think
Mm-hmm.
that that still small voice is the right one to listen
Uh-huh.
to,
Yes.
because I don't know that any of us, regardless of how spiritually enlightened or whatever practice you
Mm-hmm.
choose to follow, none of us can quite prove where it comes from. or
That,
explain it in
that's
a
what makes it
logical
faith,
way.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Faith used to frustrate me, if I'm being honest, but
Mm-hmm.
I learned that it's kind of beautiful in that, you have to let go. You
Mm-hmm.
can't, no matter how much sciencey stuff you try to, do tests or like, where is this coming from? This just sense of knowing what's right and what's wrong. Where is that coming from? Who
Mm-hmm.
is telling me these messages? Do this, not
Mm-hmm.
that. Who the hell is saying that? So to
Mm-hmm.
me, my best understanding for who I am right now is that that voice is just divine energy. It's loving energy, and
Mm.
when it speaks to me, I know that I can trust the message.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It feels true. The message feels true.
Right. Do you how do you take a step back and know when you need to listen?
Oh my God. You're like pinpointing my current struggle because,
Uh-huh.
I think each of us is learning
Yeah.
to
Oh, all the time.
distill what that voice is. And
Always.
so by no means am I an expert or like acutely attuned to this voice.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I'm like, could you say it a little louder? Because I'm in the
For the
back.
people in the back.
I don't know what. Ah, it's like that. Was it Carrie Underwood song where she's like, Jesus, take the
Oh,
wheel?
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, good God, can the divine energy that's like living through me just take the wheel because I don't know what to do? You heard like my crying kid earlier. Um, there's just real stuff that like
Yeah.
calls our attention from time to
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
And we, back to that kind of like reckoning thing when we're like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand this from my limited perspective. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know where to go. And so to circle back to answering your question, my current practice is remove myself from whatever habits I have formed. So, like right now, I have a really good morning practice. I use Hal Elrod's Savers. I'm really, really digging it. Like the quick 5-6 minute version of it for anybody who wants to check that out. So, so powerful. And
Cool.
you write like what you're committed to, why it's a must for you.
Okay.
Um, it got him through cancer,
Wow. What's
incredible journey. But I've found that when I'm busy
mm-hmm.
and when I'm having thoughts, both like doing things with my hands
Mm-hmm.
and trying to think my way through a problem,
Mm.
both of those things are not my access point to the
Mm-hmm.
divine. It
Right.
is when I can stop doing all of the things that I like to do
Yes.
and the things that feel like I'm making progress and I need to get this done.
Busy, busy, busy.
Busy bee, little busy bee me. Yes. And I might be just fearful as hell, like, because I don't know what's
Yeah.
going to come through.
Uh-huh.
That voice might tell me to leave my day job, which is something that
Wow.
it's telling me that the time is very close. And
Uh-huh.
that scares me.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
terrifies me because when I'm taking that particular leap, what's on the other side? I
Yeah.
don't know. That's the faith you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
So I would encourage people who want to attune with that voice in them because we each
Uh-huh.
have it
Yeah.
and just practice, practice, practice. Whatever um, quietness, whatever music, whatever meditation or yoga or going for a walk, being outside, drinking coffee sometimes does it like just whatever you're finding makes you do this. And yes, I
Mm-hmm.
just took a very extreme loud breath because in my house, we don't believe a breath happened unless you can hear it. But when you can just sort of decompress, that's a moment where you're saying to the divine, I'm listening. I'm ready for something
That's so
to come
good.
through.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that if in that moment I can be holding a pen,
Oh, brilliant.
something will just feel important for me.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what it is. I never know. I'm like, oh, I got to write that thing that somebody
Yeah.
told me yesterday. Well, why did I
Mm-hmm.
hold on to that? Okay, I don't know. No idea. But my task is just to write it because it's coming through. I have a page that's sitting right here this afternoon.
Uh-huh.
I was kind of in my busy bee moment, and something just said, Ashley, you need to stop what you're doing
Mm.
and write this down. And I filled like over half the page.
Oh my gosh.
No idea. I'm just like, okay. But to my point earlier,
Mm-hmm.
that I've been practicing and I want to create space for that
Receiving.
divinity to come through. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we got to get all of the shit, all the, the moving
Yep.
parts,
Yep.
like bring them to a moment where you can say, okay, you know what? We'll get back to all of that. I promise all of my busy bullshit, I will get back to you. Presently.
It
It's
will
like
wait.
it's like put it on hold. If you're on the phone, you just be like,
Mhm.
hold, please. And then you just hit hold.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I found. How about you? What's coming through for you, or what practices are working right now?
That's a great question. I love the Calm app. I use that for meditation. And I found that if I start my morning with, just 10 minutes of, today's daily meditation, that helps me calm down, helps me listen more, to be present, to listen to whoever's in front of me, or to give them the time that they deserve, to hear what you're saying, to really absorb what you want to say, and then I can be curious about it. I don't have to think about what I'm going to say next because I'm listening actively and I'm curious about you. So that I feel like meditation has helped me really focus more and be more in the moment, no matter what that moment is.
Yeah.
You said something just a few minutes ago about fear and like leaving your job and, being afraid of something. Yeah. Just today, I had another podcast conversation with a very wise woman. Um, we were talking about this very same topic. And she said, looking back, it's the moments where I've felt the fear that I know those are the most powerful moments, the moments when I know I'm doing the right thing, when I'm afraid of it, when it's scaring me. That's when it's right.
Yeah.
That's when I know I've made the right decision.
Isn't that so interesting?
Yeah.
That like I think that fear is the only thing standing in the way most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's you're right. Your friend is right. Like that's an indicator that
Uh-huh.
hey, fear is feeling threatened first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it's sort of flaring up. That makes so much sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, which voice are you going to choose? And what I love to do, maybe you'll feel this, maybe not, Penny,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I love to just fast forward to my deathbed in my mind.
Oh.
And then I go, which decision, which decision are you going to wish that you had made, Ash?
Uh-huh.
Because we're all, headed toward that proverbial deathbed. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a finite moment in this
Yeah.
lifetime which we will all reach. My friend Diana says, you don't get out of this thing alive. But that's not scary. It's just that life is such a gift in
Yeah.
that how do you want to live it when the fear says, don't do it,
Yeah.
stay where you are because you're safe here.
Right.
You have all these like fear has all these tricky safety things to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this other more divine version of you that says, but you can just let go and we'll hold you and we'll provide for you the same way that we're beating your heart right now. And what kind
Mm.
of life would you build
Oh my God, I
if
love
if
that.
you truly just stepped in and said,
Yeah.
regardless of what, my mom thinks or my best friend and my sister
Or what you think
um
they're going to think.
or what I think that they're going to think, which is
Right.
exactly love that. That's an important distinction right there, what you just
Right.
made. Regardless of all those voices, I answer to none of those at the
Mm-hmm.
end of my time here.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, Ashley, you're so dramatic and you're always talking about death." But it's like, it's true. I've already written my eulogy, Penny, because I know the life that I want to live.
Oh, there you go.
And
Okay. Uh-huh.
it's called my live by eulogy. That's not my idea, by the way. Somebody else I
Wow.
came across. I was like, hell to the yes. That that
I've never
because
heard that.
why?
Well,
Why all
yeah.
these words? Like at the end, it's the end. I'm done. Like, no, no,
Mm.
no. Write the dang thing as if you're gonna go and live that way and do it.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's like manifesting. You're like projecting what you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
And then if you were to be on your deathbed thinking back, what would you
Hmm.
regret? Not trying
Yeah.
the thing that you are afraid of, probably.
Oh, yes, undoubtedly. That is exactly what I would think.
Mm-hmm.
And my next thought is if I would regret not trying, not having faith in whatever dream I have, which by the way could, I've had so many. It could be writing a book, starting a podcast, speaking on a stage, starting a community group, like helping people who suffer from this or that or what. There's so many missions in the
Yes.
world to
Mm-hmm.
like pour your heart into. But to listen to that voice and live in terms of that, believing that you can make a difference. I think that too many of us are like, oh, that's just a problem for somebody else to solve, somebody with money, somebody with experience, somebody with
Mm-hmm.
a degree or whatever. And it's never that. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you don't need the money, you don't need the experience, you don't need the degree. Like just you need presence and a heart and a willingness to mess something up. What?
Mm-hmm.
What? Because if you're willing to mess something up, that means you're willing to step forward. I learned
Right.
this in my own coaching practice. I learned the importance of failure, and I almost called my
Mm.
business, what's that word for failure? It's another
Living.
F. It's another F word. Yes, yes. But I realized that we couldn't avoid the living. We couldn't avoid the falling down, the
Oh,
failure.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Fallibility.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's the word. I was like, oh, I want to just like use this word in my business name
Mm-hmm.
because I recognized early on that we're all just the product of our fuck ups.
Yeah. Trying
And
something and
yeah,
failing and learning from it.
in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And so my point there is just how much real estate and time and mental energy, like you were saying
Right.
earlier, are we giving these failures when like they're necessary? Just embrace
Yeah.
them and say, yeah, I jacked that up.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let me go again. Let me
Yeah.
just go
Yeah.
again. Okay, I'll go again.
Well, and
And
it reminded
go
me
ahead.
too of people who get, they go through their life and they just do their thing. And maybe they step out in faith and maybe they don't. Maybe they just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Whatever someone's life is, it's theirs. But I just hope to God that everybody knows that somewhere along the line, you have impacted someone in a positive way.
Mm,
That they know in their heart of hearts that
yeah,
they make a difference.
yeah,
Everybody does.
yeah. I believe that too. And that's an important thing to say. You know how like you just hear something that's true and it just lands for you and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, yeah, if I had a megaphone, I'd say it. I'd say that into the megaphone. Well, because we want our contribution to be so grand and
Mm-hmm.
we want to matter, I
To
think.
someone it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't always see, that contribution. We don't always
Right.
see the ways that, we've like warmed someone's heart
Exactly. Yep.
or, we were the listening ear or we lended somebody $5 when like that let them drive to their job that day
Mm.
and then, feed their family or what, just like
Mm-hmm.
stuff that we don't even think twice. And we're just like, yeah, okay, here.
Mm-hmm.
There's such immense power in that. And how beautiful that you want to reflect back to people the impact that they've had.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Everybody wants to
incredible.
be heard and seen and feel important.
Yeah.
and to someone you are.
Right.
It'd be great if everybody could understand that or could feel that they've made a difference for someone else. I think we'd all be better off if we could spread that message and that joy to
Right.
someone.
I think of in my family we sort of have like this going story about one of my grandmas because she gave her life to her family, and by a lot of standards, she never really amounted to much.
Oh,
She didn't make a lot of money. She was very much in the background, the shadow.
oh, yeah.
Um, but to your point, I remember like bites of cantaloupe and watermelon and
Oh,
sliced in half grapes that
oh,
she would just labor over and then put in, I mean, this ginormous bowl.
uh
And I would clean the whole thing out.
huh.
Just, I don't know how that fruit was like the most incredible,
Yeah.
tasty, just because she'd put all her labor of love into it.
Yes.
And she had that impact despite any standard,
Yeah.
that we would label success,
Mm.
which is very much tied to like job titles
Mm.
and revenue and blah, blah, blah
Mm.
words, right? Because those are tricky
That's not
things.
important. I mean,
That's not important. That's not it.
hmm
I don't
that is why
remember
I
her for
do.
what money she made.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. And that whole shift is why I do the podcast that I do, is to tell women's stories so they make a difference in someone's life. The stories make a difference. Those women are worthy and valuable and brilliant, and their stories need to be told. Your story needs to be told. I mean, what you're doing through your podcast, it
Yeah.
needs to be told.
Yeah. I think of my son Jet and the dreams that I have and hope for him,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like I
What a great name, by the way.
thank you. It's a nod to aviation.
Ah,
Um,
yeah.
and like possibility and flying high and
Yeah,
all of that, which
exactly. It's
yeah,
great.
we love that so much. But I can't hold any of his dreams, and they're for him to realize.
Hmm.
But as much as I believe in his capacity, I'm no different. I have the same capacity that
Mm.
he does. And I think that as parents, we sort of like misunderstand that. And we feel like our children, the next generation, like we're going to pass the baton. But it's like,
Mm.
but what have you done? What story are you telling? And
Hmm.
rather than like living through your kid,
Oh, yeah.
what mission is it that
Right.
you have to get on board with? Because like you're
Too
not going to
much
be able to.
pressure.
There's too much pressure,
Hmm.
and I want to go first is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want to be the one that her money's where her mouth is, and when Ashley has a successful coaching business and I'm present in my community and on a global level, like
Hmm.
I do that for me
Hmm.
and I do that for him because I
Hmm.
believe each of us holds just an important capacity
Value.
to be a conduit of the divine. Yes. And we we're just writing such an incredible story that
Mm.
way.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
and it's to your point, it's fun.
It's a blast. Yeah.
It is a blast, and it's
Yeah.
not easy. Not to say it's easy
No.
all the time, but
That's part of
certainly
what
fun.
makes it fun, right? Is learning new things and being
Oh
challenged.
my God. Speaking of Iowa and needing to learn new things and be challenged.
Yeah.
So I was born here
Hmm.
too. I had to get out. But I've seen 16 countries now.
Oh my gosh, really?
And that number has not grown in the last 3 years, which
Uh-huh.
I'm utterly devastated, but I will fix it. I
There
promise
you
you
go.
I will fix it.
Wow.
But I just to your
So
point,
you're,
I needed the adventure.
yeah. So you saw the countries through the Air Force, through your service?
Primarily,
Uh-huh.
but
Thank you for your service
I
too, by
did.
the way.
Oh my God, absolutely. Truly, the pleasure was all mine.
Oh.
I have such respect. I have grown. I have so many
Mm.
important friendships to me from that
Mm.
time.
I'm sure.
I'm the recipient of so much from that 5 year period of my life,
Mm.
and I'll just forever be grateful for that experience. Um, it instilled in me so much discipline, so much clarity, so
Mm.
much confidence in who I could be.
Mm-hmm.
And so then that fear was sort of stripped away because, you know, just because you're taking orders or you're a robot in the military doesn't mean that you necessarily get everything right.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
um I just I learned a lot during that
Wow.
time, and it coincides with that divorce I referred to earlier. But
Yep.
um I lived in the UK for just under 3 years, and then after I got out, I traveled all through Europe during that time.
Okay.
But after I got out, I lived in the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates,
Wow.
for three.
Okay.
And then what was my deployment? Kyrgyzstan, which was a country
Oh.
that I'd never even heard of before they
Mm-hmm.
handed me orders,
Mm.
NATO orders, which, by the way, today the US does not have a presence there anymore.
Really?
So that's like interesting.
Mm.
It's very fascinating the way that relationships sort of change
Yeah.
from
Wow. Yeah.
countries are like allies, then they're not. And
Mm.
then, we have like different initiatives, and it's just so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but to be like a little airman pawn that they're like moving around, sort of terrifying now that I think about
Uh-huh.
it. Yeah. But
Wow.
but yeah, I joined the Air Force, and then within 7 days, I left. I was gone off to basic training because
Wow.
I needed just a
Mm.
new perspective, and I also think a part of me was running away from my sexuality. It was a secret from my
Mm-hmm.
family for, and probably a lot of the reason I didn't really speak up. But
Yeah. Yeah.
then I learned that, who I am is whole and complete and
Yes.
valuable, your word, and
Absolutely.
and beautiful
Mm-hmm.
and and powerful and
Yep.
just um yeah, I wouldn't change a bit. I would not change a piece, any part of who I am.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Growing up, you didn't talk about it. I mean, I'm much older than you are, but
Mm,
the generation that I grew up in, we didn't talk about sexuality except for, it was a joke.
right.
And now looking back, I mean, I have many friends who are gay, who are queer, and I have some that are, trans. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry if that's not politically correct to say it that way. I'm from that generation that,
I think it is. I think
okay,
trans is the appropriate
okay.
and to be clear, it's different from non-binary, which I have
Yeah.
friends who are in that category, and
So much to learn.
so much to learn. I
Uh
love
huh.
that perspective.
Yeah. I'm curious about it while I'm on the outside looking in, but I want to support,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just looking back, I think, the kids that I grew up with who had to have been, I mean, there had to have been a certain number of them that were gay. And the way that they were treated in school was just wrong. And I could have been an advocate. And if I'd have known, what, if it was okay, it wasn't okay at that time for them to speak up. It's
Right.
just not right. And
Right.
I hope you feel love and light around you instead of,
Yeah.
you know,
Um,
I hope
I
you're
fought
supported.
I fought for that love and light,
Mm,
and I am now supported.
good.
Um, I think a lot of it was just conversations with my family that needed to be had.
Yep.
And the first of all, I I never questioned whether I was loved or not.
Good.
And that is something that I know
That's huge.
a lot of queer people, a lot of people who are in that particular community, they can't say that. And that I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I cannot
Good.
fathom the type of hatred and just ill will towards someone
Fear.
who is exactly. I can't understand, just rather than loving them and, like
Yeah.
you said, being curious about, like, oh, that's how you move through the world. Tell me more about that perspective. Tell me about that experience.
Exactly.
Um, One thing that feels really important to me, like a little bit of a nuance thing, people call it a lifestyle.
Oh, geez. No.
And I
No.
like to just remind them that it's a life. It's a life. Just like you have a life,
It's not a choice.
it's my
It's not
life.
exactly.
It's not a lifestyle. That's a little weird. But
It's very weird.
yeah, I had a lot of shame because of, like, bullying and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
growing up in Bible Belt, Iowa. It
Mm-hmm.
just, it was, like you said, something that had not been discussed. And being me, by the way, that's only one aspect of who I am.
Yeah.
But for it to take over, I mean, all aspects, as if, like,
Yeah.
that is the only thing that exists about me. And here's why that happened: because I was stuffing it down.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Right.
open about it because I didn't feel safe enough at
You
that
didn't have,
time
yeah.
I didn't
Oh.
have the tools, I didn't have the language. And in fact, I thought I was going to hell for it.
Mm.
But I will describe to you, and this might support, anyone else listening who is in the queer community, knows someone, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that for whatever reason, Penny,
Mm-hmm.
there was this voice, this knowing in me that if somehow this was a sin and it was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
that, like, it was so much a part of who I am that I would be willing to stand at the pearly gates
Uh-huh.
and say and declare, well, this is what was handed to me. So I'm acting out of who and how I am. And I know of no other way to be. And so it almost, like, slapped my shame in the face, because it
Mm.
said, you're never going to have to pay the ultimate price of, like, burning in hell, or whatever the whole thing is
Mm-hmm.
about being like a sinner or whatever. By the way, sins are forgivable. So, like, what about that? What about that part? But I just, I knew in my bones that this was a major part of my being, and it just was. And so, for that reason, how could I possibly feel
Mm-hmm.
real shame about it for
Mm-hmm.
something outside of my control? So, all that to say, thankfully, I had that wisdom early on, like before
Mm.
my years. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily know where that message came from, but thank God, because it
Mm-hmm.
got me through. And then I had to rewrite my whole spiritual identity. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, I would say I let go of Christianity. I held on to divinity or God or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the hardest part surprised me. It was the faith. It was
Mm.
the faith in, I think that we sort of wrap that word up into our, religion,
Mm.
whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, well, this is my faith. What does that
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
Yeah.
so if I was letting go of parts of Christianity, well, I'm still a person who has faith.
Yeah.
The next question becomes, faith in what?
Mm.
Right. And so
Right.
I reckon with that for a long time. And
Yeah.
I was in therapy over that for a long time.
Yeah.
But
That's something that's taught early on. I mean, we were taken to
yes,
church and yeah.
yeah.
Well, and there's a difference between faith and even Christianity and
Mhm.
denomination and what we're taught in the particular church congregation that we grow up in, I feel like, because
Right.
I don't believe some of the things that I was taught as a little kid. I was taught, I came up in the Reformed Church of America and it was very evangelical and very strict,
Yep.
very strict.
Yep.
But the friends that I've had that are gay or queer and talking with them, there's no way that they are going to hell any more than anybody else is. If God made you a certain way, you were not made to suffer because of the way that he made you, because of the very thing, and yeah, if it's out there, I mean, talking about it is what makes, I think if you're true to yourself, what what's the word? Inside, how, if you feel kind toward others, if you are giving and loving toward others versus I hate you because you are this way, or your skin is a certain color, or you act, are you a good person? Are you nice to people? Are you kind? Do you accept people for who they are, for who God made them to be? That's, to me, says more than what church you grew up in, or how often you go to church, or do you tithe regularly, and all of those markers.
The rules.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten really into like Eastern modalities and religions just because, it's more of like an internal divinity focus, which by the way is akin to Christianity. Like when you believe, then like it's supposed to be like the Holy Spirit is in you. And I'm of the school of thought that like that's it. We have the divine spark and energy, and that's that voice that speaks to us. I want to go back to what we were saying about faith for one moment. And I think that faith is just in the best that we can be. I really like that definition. Just, if faith is going to be in anything, then why not in the best, most compassionate, most loving version of who you are, of who you can be.
People, love others.
Yeah.
Well, amen, sis.
Amen, sis. Yeah,
didn't know we were going to church today.
I didn't either. I wasn't trying to bring those vibes. I literally have alcohol in this cup.
It's called communion.
I'm not here for communion.
And also with you.
Oh my God. Yes. God, you're funny. Oh my God. We have to get together when you are back in the Cedar Rapids area.
Yes.
I would love that.
Meet up for a glass in person.
Yes. Then we can do the clink.
Yes.
The thing. I'm trying to do
Cheers.
it now. Penny, I have one last question for you, and I don't know if for your show you do any wrap up questions or whatever. I'd love to do that as well. But if you were to look in the mirror and see this heroic heroine version of you, what would that mean for your life?
That's a great question. If I were to see the superhero with the cape and the whole bit, I would get my husband retired early. He's got 2 more years, and he's probably going to put in more like 4, just to make it easier on our retirement plans, on his retirement plans. I mean, doing this, I can do it forever. It'd be a choice rather than an obligation. Yeah. So if I could get him retired early, I would love that, so he can focus on things he wants to do instead of having the responsibility for maintaining our lifestyle, to be able to travel and to do more fun things. I'd have more experiences. Yes. I'd have more conversations, more. I'd travel. I'd enjoy.
Where would you go?
Oh my gosh. Where wouldn't I go?
First place you're going.
First place? Oh gosh. I think I'd go back to Italy. I've been there, but I have not been to like the Amalfi Coast. Would love to see the Amalfi Coast. Wow. Australia's on my bucket list too. Yeah. Lots of places.
So fun. Oh my God. It's in your future. It's in your near future.
Oh
And
gosh.
you're a breadwinner. You just like you have it in you. And I love your show.
Oh,
And
thank you.
it's just on an upward trajectory. Like I know I already gave your show so much praise, but I mean it. It's so
I
cool.
appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. And you're okay. So let me ask you the same question. What are you seeing for yourself, your superhero self? What do you project for this year?
Yes. My aspiration this year is to break the $100,000 coaching
Nice.
goal, which is a
Uh-huh.
big one for
Uh-huh.
coaches. I
Yeah.
got it in the bag. It's already consider it done. And I also am open to the highest and best of whatever needs to come in, like whatever I can be
Mm-hmm.
a conduit for. I finally realized that I have no answers for anyone,
Ah,
but I get to just hold the space for beautiful people who, I can coach
yeah.
through anything, any
Find their own
life,
solutions. Yeah, but you're
business
guiding
thing.
them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that stopped me for a while. And so this
Mm.
year, it's just boldly offering coaching,
Mm.
continuing to pour into my show, which I'm loving more and more every
Good for
episode.
you. That's
Um,
awesome.
but most importantly, Penny, just have fun and kick back and have
More
more chill
beverages
time, more
and
beverages. Which, by the way, what are you drinking? I never
I'm
asked you.
I'm I'm not yet. It's just
Okay.
water so far.
Oh, it's
It's so boring. I know. But yeah, but I will
water is
rectify
important.
that. Yes, I'm hydrating so that I
Yes.
can yeah, have a glass of wine in a couple of minutes.
White or red?
I think I will start with some Prosecco tonight. I'm kind of feeling it.
Okay.
So I'm a big
Okay.
Iowa State fan.
I
So
saw that.
yeah, yeah, I got my cup, my Iowa State cup.
Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones! Yeah, we men have a basketball game tonight at 9 Eastern
Oh,
time versus BYU. So yeah, I'm
oh, wow. That's
gonna
so fun.
enjoy
Is it
that.
there in Ames?
This one will be at
Okay.
BYU. So yeah, it's
Okay.
later. It's a later game, and yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
try and stay awake for it.
Right, because you're not even in Iowa right now. You're on the East
Uh-uh.
Coast.
East Coast time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang it. I love Iowa basketball. It's something
Yeah, it's so
near and dear to my
fun.
heart. Yeah, I actually went to Iowa State for a
Did you
year
really?
and some change. Yes, I was in the
Nice.
architecture program.
Oh, good for
Yes.
you.
Yeah, so fun.
Ames is a
Oh
great
my
town. It's
God.
wonderful.
I had no idea where I was, and I was like resisting everything about my life at the time. So
Oh my
when I
gosh.
told that story about signing up for basic training and then seven
Uh-huh.
days later I'm gone, I was
Uh-huh.
in Ames in
Oh
that
wow.
story.
Where did you grow up? You grew up in Iowa though, right?
Yeah,
Where
East Iowa,
Eastern Iowa. Okay.
Muscatine.
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 Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
yep,
Southeast Iowa.
yeah. The
Yeah.
I love this. So if Iowa, like where the Mississippi
Mm-hmm.
is a nose,
Mm-hmm.
Muscatine is the booger.
I've never heard that.
Look
That's
on a map
hilarious.
and you see like Iowa sort of just
Yeah.
jets out to the east and then
Yeah.
it cuts back and it's like,
Devonport's the
ooh,
nose. Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. All of my family, like they've just stayed in Muscatine and
That's hilarious.
a lot of love there. It
Mm-hmm.
it was a good place to be raised and
Iowa is a great place to live, but I wouldn't want to visit.
that's well said. Yes. And I think everyone from here does the snowbird thing either to
Yeah.
Florida or
Yep.
Arizona.
Yep.
It's
And
like, okay.
it's probably not fair to think about it like that because, I mean, there are a lot of nice places to visit. And because we live there, we don't visit those places because, we live there.
Right. Thankfully, I have a really good friend in Des Moines, which is an
Oh,
awesome
cool.
area.
I loved Des Moines. Yeah, I lived there
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. Cedar Rapids, though, not so much. Not my favorite.
Yeah, some things are getting better. I mean,
Are they?
yeah, have you
Okay.
been downtown lately?
No.
There's a couple of breweries downtown that are super fun.
Oh, okay. I've been to Tin Roost. Oh,
Yes,
wait, but that's in North Liberty, isn't it? That's not Cedar
there's
Rapids.
it is
Okay.
now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right,
Okay.
right down by the river. It just opened not that long ago.
Huh. Maybe that's where we'll go.
You got to try it. Yeah, check it out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
some cute stuff
amazing.
in Nubo too. There's some fun stuff happening there.
Hmm. Well, my brother is um on the west side. What the heck is that? Like Halo
Oh
or
gosh, we're
something?
neighbors. Halo
Seriously?
is just up the road from Newhall. Yeah,
Okay. He's off of is
Blair's
it
Ferry.
151 or something?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
there's like a
151.
highway.
Yeah, goes
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like driving there in my mind now. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
really super close.
That is so uncanny. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Mind blown.
we have places to meet now in when this summer.
Oh, and by the way, all of our fertility stuff,
Hmm.
Iowa City,
Oh,
drove right through your neighborhood to get to our fertility clinic
oh.
several times over the last 3 years. So our orbits were just sort of like barely missing
Yeah,
each other.
we were
In fact, they were
supposed to
probably,
meet somehow.
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
that's incredible. Yeah. Well, thank you for chatting. It's been so fun,
Thank you,
Penny.
Ashley. I'm so glad we connected and
Yeah,
had this opportunity. Yeah, we definitely have to continue because clearly we had more to say.
I guess. Hey, I cannot let you go without you saying where people can find your show. Where does
Oh,
it stream and all that? Yeah.
yeah, just well, I'm on Apple and Spotify, all the major places to find a podcast. It's called Penny for Your Shots. You can find it
Love
there,
it.
and or you can check out pennyforyourshots.com, and I'm continually adding to that. So yeah. And yours, are you on Spotify and Apple as well? I'm sure you are.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
You can find it under Hero in the Mirror podcast. Yep.
Nice. I will include
Yep.
links to your show and
Okay. Yeah, the website's just the same, herointhemirror.com. So,
perfect. I'll
yeah,
include those
keep it
links so
simple.
people can just click.
Sounds good. I'll get this audio over to you, Penny.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you again. This was super fun. It's great to get to know
Yes.
you.
I know. You too. I was so sad when our last class ended, but
I know. It was such a great experience.
it was incredible. I've been through it. That was my second time.
Oh, really?
And not like I was a bad student. I just needed the
Yeah.
encouragement of like,
It
come
was a
on.
lot. It was like drinking through a fire hose for,
Yeah.
what was it, 12 weeks we did? And keeping
Holy
up with it
shit.
was really, yeah, it was a lot.
Well, I started my show before I took the program at all.
Okay.
So somehow I just like got the download to just start. And then I was
Uh-huh.
like, I felt overwhelmed.
Uh-huh.
I took the class one time and I was like, this is what I need, but truly fire hose.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I played the one video where Emma's like, here's how you edit your stuff. And I was like,
Over and over again.
I was like, pause, write that.
Yep.
Step one, this. Okay, play. Step two, pause. Okay,
Same.
do this.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I filled the whole page. I was like, okay, now
Step by step.
if I just do these steps,
Uh-huh.
I will have edited my podcast. Okay. And now I'm like, okay, I don't even use the paper anymore. But holy shit, did I need that thing?
Yeah.
God.
It's a lot.
Yeah. How
Look
many
at us.
episodes are you in? I know, look at us.
I think I have published 14 now.
That is incredible. And you
Got
just
three
started
more ready to
November
go.
1st?
Yeah, I've been publishing every
Oh,
Thursday. Every thirsty Thursday.
that's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting there. Getting
Wow.
there. But yeah, it's just learning as I
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. May I ask you one more question before I let you go?
Sure. Yeah.
What is you know how we have an offer like at
Oh,
the
yeah.
end
Mm-hmm.
or whatever? I'm trying to make mine, yeah, I'm trying to be intentional. Like, where do
Uh-huh.
I want to send people
Right.
for like the opt-in and how do I get people
Yes.
enrolled in my community? Like,
Yeah.
it's getting there. But
Uh-huh.
how are you finding that particular step and
Oh,
what's
yeah.
your offer?
Working on all of that. I do have an offer that is, it's a recipe for It's a squash soup a recipe that I developed. So I call it Silky Harvest Soup, and it's got squash and apples, and it's delicious.
Oh.
So
Where
I've
do
got that. I'll send you a
where
link.
yeah, where do I opt in? Because damn,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
It's pretty easy, and it's really delicious, so, and healthy. So that's a fun way to get,
Right.
people who are interested. I'm also working with another one of our fellow podcasters. She was on my wine team, and she's now podcasting as
Oh,
well. So
that's
we've
so
stayed
fun.
connected and we collaborate. And her
Yeah.
podcast is Spandex and Wine. So keeping the balance between, because she's a fitness instructor. So yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah, perfect for
Nice.
her. So we're
That is.
collaborating on a wine trip in we're calling it Wine Camp
Oh,
in
yeah.
September in Texas Hill Country. So we're working out the details for that, but that's coming to this
Mm,
September. And I'm working on a membership. So I've got a
so
lot of
fun.
irons in the fire right now, but yeah, it's very exciting. Super,
Yeah.
super fun stuff.
Yeah. That's got to be so fun.
Yeah.
Well, if I can like support you or
Oh gosh. Thank you. You
hold you
too.
accountable or anything, yeah, I'd love
Yes,
to do
yeah,
that.
reach out to me too, because yeah, I'd love to support you and get the good word out that you're growing and you're building your client
Mhm.
base and have a
Yeah.
lot to share.
Yeah, I do. It was like a hobby for way too long, and now I'm like, okay,
Yep.
this is it. We're
Mm-hmm.
due. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Penny. It's been
Thank
so fun.
you. Thank you. Yes, have a
Yeah.
great rest of your evening.
You too.
That's a wrap on another spirited episode of Penny for Your Shots, conversations and cocktails with brilliant women. I hope you've enjoyed the intoxicating blend of wisdom, wit, and wonder that these incredible women bring to the table. Check out the show notes for links to resources referenced in today's episode. And remember to subscribe and raise a glass with me every Thirsty Thursday as we continue to serve up inspiration, celebrate resilience, and reignite the passions that set our souls on fire. If you've loved what you've heard, please share the podcast far and wide and leave a sparkling 5-star review to let me know your thoughts. It would also help tremendously if you would visit pennyforyourshots.com and subscribe to learn when new episodes are available and pick up my free recipe. In the meantime, remember that your story deserves to be served and savored. Cheers to your brilliance and of women everywhere. Until next time, keep sipping and experiencing life's extraordinary moments. This is Penny for Your Shots, signing off with a clink and a toast to us. Cheers.